Hey guys, just want to go ahead and make this video. I got access from Codecademy to do the quiz, which I'm sure you guys probably also get access just to try it out. Probably has good information, and let's just go through the questions and see if we can answer some of them. It says, assume the default font size of a browser is 12 pixels. The following code will size the paragraph's text to how many pixels? So the paragraph is given 1.5 M. We know M goes based on the parent of wherever the paragraph is. If there isn't any, it would go based off that default font size of 12 pixels. So 1.5 M would be 12 plus 0.5 would be half of 12, which is 6, which would give us 18 pixels. So that's that one. Let's go next. The code below will display images in which of the following ways? So we have a container and a container image. So this image inside this container is given a max width of 100%, which means it'll take up 100% of the container. So images will shrink to the full width of the container, scale unproportionally, but display entirely. That is not right. Images will span half of the width of the container. That's incorrect. Images will span half of width of their container is also incorrect. Images will shrink to the full width of their container, scale proportionally, and display partially if the image dimensions exceed container dimensions. That is correct. Next, what are the maximum dimensions of a div with the following properties? So max dimensions, so we have max height and max width. Max height is 600 pixels, so 600 pixels tall, and then max width of 900 pixels, 900 pixels wide. So it's this one. Go next. What is the difference between an M and a rem? Well, rem goes based on the root font size, while M goes based on the parent. M size is using pixels, whereas rems use percentages. That is incorrect. An M size is relative to the root element. That's incorrect. An M size is relative to a parent element's base font, whereas rem's size relative to the root element's font size. Correct. Next. What is needed to change the default font size of the root element? A CSS rule that targets the font family of the root element. Incorrect. We want to target the HTML's font size, not font family, font size. There it is. Go next. Which of the following property values pairs will ensure that the background images of the div in the code below will scale proportionally? Well, we know we want background size to be cover, and that will scale proportionally. We also want the no repeat if we don't want it to repeat, and center if we want it to be centered. Next, the following code will set the paragraph's text to how many pixels. So the paragraph's text is here. It's given 1.5 rem, which means it doesn't go based on the parent, but it goes based on the root, 16 pixels. 1.5 rem would be 16 plus half of 16, which is 8. 16 and 8 makes 24. Let's go next. In the code below, how many pixels should the font size of the root element be set to in order to set the size of main headings to 36? So main headings, we want it to be 36. So 2 rem should equal 36, which means that the HTML root size should be 18 plus 18, which makes 36. Let's go next. Which of the following is an advantage of using relative units of measurements over hard-coded measurements? Well, it makes everything more responsive, which the longest answer, relative units of measurements ensure consistent proportions across a website regardless of screen size or layout. I'm going to go with that one, and we are right. The height property in the code below should be set to which of the following values to ensure that the image remains proportional to its original size? Well, we heard when width is specified, height of auto would give us proportional image or video. If width was given auto and height 500 pixels, it would achieve the same desired proportional video or image. So auto is that design pattern that we can use when wanting to ensure proportional images or videos. When percentages are used to size padding and width, dimensions are set relative to which of the following? This would be the width of the parent element. Next, when percentages are used to size height and width, dimensions are set relative to which of the following? This would be the parent of a child element. Which of the following is the root element that rems size relative to? Well, that would be the root HTML element. Next, the following code will size all H1 elements in splash section to how many pixels? H1 inside of splash section, 1.5 M, so 16 plus 8 would give us 24 pixels. Next, an M represents which of the following? The size of the root element's font? No. The width of a capital letter M in the base font being used? That's what it was originally, not anymore. The size of the base font in use, which would be correct. And last, what are the minimum dimensions of a div with the following properties? Minimum dimensions would be min height and min width. Min height is 150, so 150 pixels tall, and min width would be 300 pixels wide, which is here. So that concludes this quiz. We answered all the questions. Now you can rest comfortably knowing you know some of the most important concepts in sizing elements to create a responsive website. See you guys on the next one.